So in the last video, I had a bunch of great suggestions in the comments, especially Lofo. They suggested to color code the different categories of sounds. And you can see I did exactly that. In the last version, it wasn't super obvious that when you went over to the adjust page, this volume, pan, and tune, they change like that specific element. When you change the snare, for instance, like if I tune that, it's not tuning this other snare as well. Kind of visually represents what those controls are doing a lot better than the previous version. Another thing that Lofo focused on was the accent feature. I didn't talk about the accent feature in the last video because I already knew I wanted to change it. With most drum sequencers, you are not only provided the ability to place certain sounds at certain points in the measure, but also control the volume of each hit. I didn't really want to do that. I'm trying to avoid that. Just because I find it a little bit tedious to kind of go through and like decide the volume of every single hit. But if you don't do that, it takes away a lot of the character of the patterns. So I kind of wanted to find this like middle ground, and that's what this accent system is. Okay, so let's make a simple kick snare pattern. I'm gonna just drag these in. I have the ability to click on one of these small dots and it will make that snare hit louder. Okay, and I can make it so that the quiet ones are more quiet or the loud ones are more loud. Okay, so now you have the option to have a quiet note or a loud note. Okay, I also have this other nice feature where you can Alt Shift and just brings a bunch of notes in, which is pretty nice. But I want to show you that there is more than just these loud notes to give accents. You can also do double notes. If you click a big one, then it turns into a double note. So that's pretty cool with things like hi-hats especially, but you can do it with other sounds. Of course, if I wanted to do a short like double rim shot right here, I could do that. Yeah, so listen to that. So having the ability to do these 4 different settings of silent, quiet, loud, or double adds a lot of character to patterns. For instance, you can take a pattern like this and turn it into this. I think that this new accent feature is less intimidating than setting the velocity of each individual hit. And it still gives you the ability to provide some character to each of your patterns. And honestly, it's a really fun process too. I really do want to make this instrument very fun. And now I'm in my garage. The drum sounds that were used in this video were made by Sam Ecoff. Sam is a media composer, a music educator, and a karate master. He is the first person that reached out to me on Piano Book, wanting to do a project with me. Many months later, we ended up doing a project, Orchestra. We did this project together when Piano Book was starting to become a lot more collaborative. And I was doing a lot of projects, including other people as well, where they weren't getting any recognition for their work. Sam made a huge effort, literally putting my name in the title of the instrument to make sure that I got recognition for my part in that project. And I'm very happy that he wants to continue to work with me and to take part on this project. And I already have other people that have reached out to me telling me that they're interested in making kits of their own for this drum sequencer. So let me walk you through the process of how you can structure your submission so that we can easily drag it into the engine. Each kit will be made up of 16 different elements broken up into 6 groups. So there's kicks, snares, toms, hats, miscellaneous sounds, and the cymbals. And each sound should have 4 round robins. I want to structure it enough so that each pattern sounds good with all the different kits, so there is some consistency. But I've also made it loose enough that samplists can get creative with things like the miscellaneous section. The only thing that I'm looking for is a short sound, a middle length sound, and a long sound. I mean, you can get really creative with that. And then things like the snares, rim, and clap. Like, it doesn't have to be a literal snare. It can be something else. I don't know. Like the last time I talked about chopping wood, like you could do chopping wood as the snare sound. I have already gotten one submission for a kit that was made by Roberg. It's amazing. And he structured the submission perfectly. So I'd like to just use his submission as an example of how I'd like people to structure their kits. So you can see he has a kick folder, snare, claps, rim shot, and then he has all the toms, hi-hats, miscellaneous sounds, and the cymbals. So if you look into one of Roberg's folders, you can see that there are many more than just one sound in there. They provided multiple snare sounds, each with 4 round robins. So if it's easy for you to do multiple sounds, that is very much appreciated. So if you're interested in getting involved in this project and making your own kit, I hope this is really beneficial to inform you of how to structure your sounds for submission. If you are interested in supporting the samplist I've mentioned in this video, Sam and Roberg, they both have piano book profiles with a bunch of wonderful free instruments. Roberg actually just recently updated their metal test tube rack decent sampler instrument, which is just wonderful. It was already great, and now it's even better. So check out the description of this video to go to Sam and Roberg's pages to get some awesome free sample libraries for your own collection. I'm really interested in the idea of building a community around this project while I present the development process. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.